Hi friends, it's Brittany at Ink and Papyrus. How are you? Hey, I'm back from my trip in one piece and I wanted to go over a few of my favorite pieces of ephemera that I have collected either on this trip or on previous trips, and hopefully give you some ideas and inspiration as to pieces of ephemera that you can collect along the way to really make yourself a very memorable travel journal when you get back. So if you recall, this is the travel journal I made in one of my last videos prior to my trip to the Cayman Islands. A lot of it is unfinished as I just got back from my trip, but if you're interested in a tutorial showing you how I made this cover, I will include that link above and in the description box. So I just got back from my trip and I'm still sorting through the ephemera I collected from this last trip. So the majority of ephemera ideas I'm going to show you are from trips of the past. Okay, first I should tell you, this is a travel journal. It's huge, but I made this a long time ago. This was one of the very first journals I ever made. There are plenty of problems with it. I didn't spread the signatures out and then realized this thing was chunking up so fast that I had to cut the signatures out and just glue this map piece of cardstock on top of it. There is the actual hidden spine itself is not hidden. It's actually sticking up past this. This was literally, I was just getting into journaling. So plenty of problems with it, but I wanted to show you, this is still one of my very favorite journals because it captures so many amazing trips I've taken over the years and it holds so many good memories for me. Okay, so we're not gonna do a full flip through of this. I think we would be here for hours, but I want to go down the list of my favorite types of ephemera to collect while I'm on trips. So first of all, travel documents. That is how I begin pretty much each of my travel journals. I love to get my tickets, whether it's train or plane tickets, and put them in my travel journal to signify the beginning of the trip. And actually, I noticed the plane tickets do hold up rather well. Receipts do not, and I'm thinking of ways to try and kind of preserve some of the receipts. If you guys have any ideas or ways that you preserve aside from like laminating, I would love for you to drop a comment below in the comment box. But anyways, I find that plane tickets tend to hold up okay. I don't know if it's the paper or the ink, but they do. I also love baggage tickets, things like that. This is from my most recent trip. If you went on a trip and you don't have your plane ticket or something happened to it, you can usually go to wherever you purchased your ticket and print out an itinerary. That would be great as well. So any kind of travel documents to signify the start of your vacation. Okay, second favorite piece of ephemera to collect are flyers, pamphlets, or promotional items. So this is from a trip I took to the Bahamas, and I love this wrapping paper, by the way. It's just this pretty butterfly wrapping paper somebody gave me as a gift. And I repurposed it in my journals. So I went to Leon Levy Nature Preserve in Eleuthera in the Bahamas, and I love keeping these promotional pamphlets because they oftentimes will tell you what species of animals are native to that specific place that you're visiting. And I really love travel journals that include a lot of specifics like that, because it really tells you a whole lot more about a place than you would otherwise kind of find from just documenting memories or what have you. So I usually like to create travel journals that that hold personal memories as well as a lot of factoids and information about the place that I went that, let's face it, you're probably not going to remember, right? So to keep those memories and information that you can look back on is awesome. And of course, to hold it, I just printed out I think this is from the graphics vary, but it almost looks like a specimen layout, the way they have the numbers and various leaves and plants. and I made a pocket out of one of the posts that is next to the plants that give you information and the name about the plant, and just I thought it was awesome because when I took a picture there was a lizard right there, and just got a faux ticket stub to put in there. Poisonous plants, love it, right? So that is flyers, pamphlets, promotional items. I think I had one more to show you. I have another two. Maybe it's hiding out somewhere. We'll find it later. Okay, third, maps. Okay, I love collecting maps. Sometimes I'll take pictures of a map if I come across one, or if they're handing them out as just like a freebie you can pick up. If not, then oftentimes what I'll do is come home and Google the location where I was and print a map from there. And then here I've just put one of those point marker things. I just drew that by hand and put "you are here" to signify where I was in Eleuthera. That's the whole Bahamas right there. So maps. Okay, I think I already alluded to this, but one of my other favorite pieces of ephemera to collect are receipts. So let's find receipts. Okay, I have over the years definitely had a hard time preserving the receipts. I find that the ink unfortunately fades. They seem to have held up a lot better in this journal. But what I have here is a promo or like an informational flyer, about the country ATM machines, currency exchange rates, the tourist office, and that kind of thing. So I thought, heck, why not? I will put an ATM receipt in here. And that actually has held up pretty well. Okay, next, event tickets. Event tickets. I love putting in event tickets. And these are kinds of ephemera that if you went to an event that you don't have any tickets or ephemera from, just make your own, Draw a picture of whatever it was. If it was a festival of some sort, your name, how many people you went with, the entry price. This is the kind of ephemera that's so cool to make your own. This trip is from Martinique in 2018. And when I went that year, they were having a carnival. I did not get to attend, but they were advertising for it and had decorated the airport. That's actually a picture of the airport with all the carnival decorations. And here was a pamphlet that I picked up, or a little flyer, and it's all in French. That's the language they speak in Martinique. But how cool is this? And especially ones that are one-sided, like how cool, like document about the event, what you saw, anything that happened there. So yeah, so I love event tickets. Okay, next type of ephemera that I love to collect are unique food, drink packaging, napkins, disposable coasters. Here I'm going to show you in the journal I'm working on right now. Okay. So food and drink pack here. This has my flyer number, so I'm just going to cover this up quick. So food and drink packaging. These are the napkins that I collaged on that I got on the airplane. Just the napkins they give you with your beverage. So these make great collage materials. Food and drink packaging. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to make out of this. But so they have this Beer of the Caymans, this white tip lager, and it has sharks all over it. And I love sharks, I dive, so I was going to include this in a layout. So food and drink packaging, great way to collect ephemera, especially if it's already pretty and bright and decorative. Great way to spruce up your journal. And I had one more layout in my completed journal I wanted to show you for food and drink packaging. I believe that was number 6. See how chunky this thing is, guys? That's why I'm having trouble. Okay, Tonya. This is when I went to Little Corn Island in Nicaragua. They have the beer of Nicaragua is Tonia's. So I just peeled off a label off of a beer bottle and put us cheering, drinking the Tonia's. So I have found, and I got some of the labels off these white tip lager bottles that I was planning on including in a layout in the current journal I'm working on. But I found that if you, when you open the beer and it starts to you develop condensation, usually it's really easy to peel off the label in its entirety. It usually doesn't rip too badly. So yes, so that is some of my favorite food and drink packaging stuff. Otherwise, if you go to a restaurant and get like the disposable coasters, the cork ones, those are really fun. Okay, my next favorite pieces of ephemera are very small naturey bits. So you got to be careful if you're going through customs. You have to know what you can and cannot take. But I'm going to be working on some specimen cards from the Cayman Islands. I actually went to Little Cayman, and it is like a very pristine, untouched island. They only have like 100 people on the island. It's basically a 10-mile island, 10-mile long island, and I found a ton of sea glass, and some of this is really flat and I think will be perfect to work into a specimen card. Isn't that gorgeous? And it was all over the beach, so maybe we'll make these things together. The other thing, you can put in like a little specimen card in terms of naturey bits. I got these little flowers. Just press them. I'll probably flatten them in a book before I use them in the specimen card. I found some really little shells. These would probably sit okay in a specimen card. Obviously a big shell isn't. You could always, if you have a big shell like this conch shell, I think this would be great as like a tassel. To include on a tassel, you could string through some cording and secure this onto the tassel. Okay, these little conch shells. Maybe you could also include these in a tassel. Maybe you could put a little bit of a string of hot glue and secure some cording to this and have this at the end, the bottom of your tassel. So naturey bits, I love, love, love including them in my journals. Like I said, you have to be really careful about agricultural stuff and knowing what you can and can't get away with bringing through customs. Okay, next, postcards and stamps. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Again, if you go to like a really desolate island or a really small place where they don't have a store where you can purchase postcards, you can easily make your own. You can also print out, here are some stamps some faux stamps that I printed out from my trip to the Bahamas. Here is a postcard. Look at this water, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. A postcard. The shimmery paper, I just stenciled this way. Did some stamping. How beautiful, right? Let me see if I missed anything else. More maps. I showed you guys that. Oh, I know I said we weren't going to do a flip through, but I do. I love this journal and haven't looked at it for a couple of years. And I do love the way I did some of these layouts to capture some of the memories made. This was actually cut out, well, this was, I took the picture of this in my rear view mirror. So I put detour, explore, and cut it out in the shape of just around the actual mirror. Oh, beautiful. I know I said we weren't doing a flip through, but I absolutely love this. So many memories, and you know, this journal is far from perfect. Like I said, it was one of my very original journals, and it kind of looks very amateurish, but I don't know, still I had so much fun making this. Okay, last pieces of ephemera that I love to collect and put in my journals are money. This is from my trip to Curacao. This is the Gilder, I believe. Coins go great in specimen cards. You can glue them to the top of a page, put it in a pocket. Money, if you went to a place where you didn't end up taking back any currency, you can print out the money just from Googling images and kind of distress it and crinkle it up to make it look like real money. In a future upcoming video, we're going to talk about what to do if you want to make a journal for a trip and you feel like you did not collect enough ephemera to stuff a journal with. We're going to talk about some ways you can go back and create ephemera or find ephemera for free on the internet. So we will be talking about that in a future upcoming video, but I hope this video gave you some ideas and inspiration as to how to, well, first what to collect when you're away and how to incorporate it into adorable layouts in your journal. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. My videos come out on Monday and Friday, and I can't wait to see you the next time.